what resonates with me, I like to talk about it. CHOLOANI, dog.
Yeah, CHOLOANI, man. I think that's the. I mean, I don't even want to give myself credit for it, but that's the most powerful thing that I've been allowed to be a part of.
Bro, how did that come together, bro? And what's the homie's name again? I can't.
Iron Jacket. I just call him Iron Jacket because I can't pronounce it. It's Tepos Sweep. Tepos Whip. Man, I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I never tried pronouncing it myself either, dog. So,
Tepos.
I mean, no shame on that, bro. You know what I mean?
It translates to Iron Jacket.
Iron Jacket. So, I mean, how did those dots connect for you guys to create that fucking amazing
That's a masterpiece, man.
That masterpiece, that fucking.
It's all him, man. He's definitely he's a master incarnate, man. He's a true master here in human form and human flesh, here to teach, you know, and so humble. What an amazing brother. I met him through another homie from my neighborhood. You know, one of my homeboys tattooed him, and I don't know how they know each other, but shout out my homie Desmadre. He hit me up and was like, "Hey man, you gotta meet the homie Iron Jacket. You know, you guys have a lot of things in common." And he kind of linked us up through at the time through social media, through Instagram. And then we just kind of stayed in touch, you know, here and there. And then when I started working on the new album, I came up with the concept for La Vida es un Sueño, the music video concept, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, who should play, you know, Chorron, the driver? And I was like, oh man, that'd be a great opportunity to work with Iron Jacket, you know? So I hit him up and asked him if he would be down to be involved in the video. And he's like, yeah, man, definitely. So he drove down from New Mexico, and he's from Los Angeles. He's from Boyle Heights, but he lives in New Mexico and the reservation and on his land. He came down, you know, one thing led to another. As we're working on La Vida es un Sueño, you know, he starts sharing all this wisdom with me, breaking things down like they've never been broken down before to me, you know, because it's not that I was never interested or intrigued, but I was living that life, but I was interested in other subjects. You know what I'm saying? I was already living the Cholo life, but I wasn't interested in the history of it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even think it had a history though. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I did to a certain level, but I didn't think it went as deep as it does. Right? So, you know, Iron Jacket, I tell him that the name of my album is going to be Cholo Goth, and he asks me, do you know the origin of the word Cholo? And I was like, yeah, it just means gangbanger, gang member, you know, Cholo, a homie, a homeboy. And he's like, nah, man, it goes deeper, and he breaks it down, right? Wow. And I was just mind blown. I was like, damn, I had no idea. And he was basically, hey, man, that's for you to keep. And I was like, man, what am I going to do with this? He's all, well, he's all, my people believe that we give people, we'll give the spear to the person we think can throw it the farthest. He says that to me. And I'm like, damn.
Say that one more time, my boy.
When he gave me CHOLOANI, I said to him, why are you giving me this? Like, I don't know if I'm the right person. Like, what can I do? How can I do this justice? You know what I mean? Am I the right person for this? And he said, in my culture, we believe that we give the spear to the person that we know can throw it the farthest. So the spear was CHOLOANI.
Wow.
And he gave it to me saying that I could throw it, put it out there. So then I really felt like, oh man, now I got some, you know, some work to do, some responsibility. So I finished La Vida es un Sueño, and then I jumped on CHOLOANI right there while he was with me, and we had filmed something else, and then I wasn't satisfied with it. So I sent my team out to New Mexico to film him in his land, and that's what you see. But I had shot some other footage in Boyle Heights and stuff. And you know, it's very powerful because he suffered a lot of traumas. He and he said I could speak on this stuff, you know, because I've asked him I wouldn't speak on anything that, you know, without asking
his consent.
And I said, hey, homie, you know, people are gonna ask me stuff. And he said, yeah, man, it's cool to speak on stuff that we did together. I said, all right. So he suffered a lot of stuff, man. He's like powerful, and he's meant to be here. He got shot in the head when he was 8 years old in front of that church. They were dancing in La Vida es un Sueño, where there's a church in Boyle Heights that were dancing in front of.
Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
And he got shot in the head right there. And he said, when we film your music video, there's a few little changes that I want to do. And he's all, I want to film in certain territories and certain landmarks in Los Angeles where I suffered traumas as a child when I was living that life. And I want to go there as my adult self and heal my traumas and heal my inner child by doing my ceremony. So those ceremonies, so he kind of hijacked my video in a sense, in a powerful way, and made it even more powerful. So that he's dancing in that church because he got shot there at the age of 8 years old. He was a little baby, 8 years old, come on. He was abandoned at a very young age. He lived under a bridge for most of his life. Oh my God, man, his story is powerful, bro. Powerful. I felt like, man, I ain't gone through shit. I felt like after I heard his story, I was like, man, my life has been a bed of roses. You know what I mean? His story is amazing, 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 amazing man, amazing soul. And a lot of the stuff in that video is magic. It's real magic. He's healing parts of himself, by coming back as who he is now, and being able to do these ceremonial dances and these ceremonial chants, which are not in the video, but the music that he was dancing to when he was dancing was not La Vida es un Sueño. It was actually the chant that's in CHOLOANI. So then that is a song that's older than 330,000 years, but hasn't been heard in 300 years. And
my God.
Yeah. And he was said, hey, is it okay? Because, normally when people do music videos, they'll do the music video to the song that they're filming. Or to the song that they're making the video for.
Wow.
So he said, hey, man, is it okay if I dance to my people's music, the war dance? It's a war cry. I said, sure. So it's these chants, right, that he's done himself. He's doing these chants. This has been passed down to him. And he gave me that too. He said, that's for you too, because I don't have no one to pass this down to. I don't have a wife. I don't have children. When I die, everything that I'm giving you, that's it. There's others like me, but they don't want to be found. They don't want to be, you won't find them. You know what I mean? They're into, but I want to pass this information because I think it's important for our people, right? For our gente. And so now I had these two relics, these beautiful relics. I had CHOLOANI and I had the war song. And I was like, what do I do with these? So then I decided to bring them together. So I created CHOLOANI by bringing the war chant, which is him chanting. That's him. The whole chanting in CHOLOANI, that's him too. And then I brought the song, right there in real time. I hired an audio engineer to come down and set up a studio in my pad and recorded it. And I took it down to my studio and I had my homeboy Chris put it together and turn it into what we have now, which is CHOLOANI. And then I was gonna try to use some of the visuals from La Vida es un Sueño and do like a sub video from that. And I was like, nah, man, I can't half-ass this. So then I flew my boy Gavin Philippak, who I've been rocking with for a long time. Shout out my boy Gavin. I flew him out to New Mexico and I had him film Iron Jacket on his land, and that's how CHOLOANI happened.
Honestly, bro, look at my boy Preston right here. My boy Preston got the smile that I got in my mind right now, bro. That is fucking absolutely amazing.
It's a gift, bro.
That
is
is
a
massively
gift.
powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, how ancient is that dude?
He's ancient. Iron Jacket, man. He really is, man. Let me play you guys the intro to my album. He did the intro. He did the interlude, and let me see if